Hi guys, BLG just made it into the World Finals, so I thought I'd commentate this game I played off stream versus Knight on LeBlanc. This is a game where both of our soul laners were down a lot and we had to win through bottom, so maybe it'll be a good watch. EU, Soul Q, they always try to do something level 1 in high elo, so it's always important to, try to be there on time. Unfortunately, this is by rest your break. Sometimes you gotta skip the washing of the hands to make sure you show up on time. Yeah, so here I'm late, so I'm like, I kind of don't want to face check. I know they're gonna do something level 1, so Rel's actually doing this. This is a standard Rel level 1 trick where you W over Baron Wall, or you can do the same thing for Dren, and then you kind of avoid the 5 point that people normally stand at, and then you can loop around and usually kill the person at the Raptors. You can do this on both sides. So this is a goodbye her. I mean, standard EU level 1, try to get some advantage. And then here on the way back to bottom, I'm looking to punish Rel a bit, so I start Q. And this is all good. So, important thing to note is in the range versus Yasuo AD carry matchup, you really want to deny him early lane. So, because he's melee and he doesn't have his dash yet, it's really important to make sure you don't let him farm for free level 1, 2, and 3. Because if you do and you give him a free level 2 or 3, then he will just all-in you, and most traditional AD carries will lose. So you want to make sure you're playing at a situation where you're playing from, up HP, up experience. So here, the moment we confirm that we're turning 2 first, we want to make sure we walk up, not just zone the last hits, but also zone the experience. And so he will not be able to get the level 2 and 3, and we'll always have that kind of experience advantage over them. So what standard is to stack 3 waves, crash them all at the same time, and then on the crash, you will have a long window to either poke them on their turret or, roam or invade. So those are going to be our 3 options. And it'll just completely depend on what the map looks like at the time where we crash the wave. So pretty standard way to play against Yasuo. Yeah, so here's the crash. This is the 3rd wave crash. And now we want to look at the map right now. Right now, it looks like we're just going to poke them on their turret. That's the default. But now that we see Fiddlesticks pinging to invade Krugs, now we want to invade because right now Yasuo is forced to catch the wave. So we should want to have a numbers advantage 3v2, at least until Yasuo is done catching the wave. And if Yasuo ignores the wave, then that's just that kind of farm advantage that we build up. Always hold that second charge of Rakan E to try to bait some extra spells before using it to get out is good. I always see Rakan's like waste both E's at the same time. It's not very good. Okay. So now the wave is pushing out, right? It just crashed their turret. So they have to contest us here. But we're way healthier. So on this, we want to make sure they don't get the crash and they lose out on this farm as the wave pulls back. Perfect. So instead, they kill themselves and we, yeah. It's crash and base. Timo got baited to flash on me for some reason. Perfect. Okay. So now that this wave is bouncing, I do have some time to roam. So I'm looking at my options. I'm seeing, okay, mid. But, by the time I get there, he's already dead. What I will say, though, is this is called the in timer. When they die bottom, but since we have to fix the wave and we also have to... she also gets home guards for dying. She will have this window to look mid every time. And another thing to know is like he was already losing from 1v1 and was in that low position for that reason. So it's, not really my fault they died there. But I think he gets really tilted off this. So he starts to ping a lot, and then eventually you have to meet these kind of people because once they start spam picking tilted, it'll affect your decision making. Like they'll start making tilted choices and you might listen and try to help. But in reality, you really want to be playing around your strong members if possible. This game, it's bot lane, top lane also got soul killed. So Knight is very fed already. Luckily, Fiddlesticks knows like, okay, I've got to play around my strong members here. This is not diveable though, they're full HP, so I want to call this one off. Okay, so we get the dragon here. And what they're doing here is really bad. They're fighting on weak side. And when you fight on weak side, why is that bad? Is because unless you're 100% sure you can kill, or that's a positive trade, is if both sides are low, whose jungler is going to show up first on weak side? Our jungler is going to show up first. So they're in a situation where now our jungler is here, and they're at risk of getting dove. So what does their jungler have to do? He has to cover, right? And if their jungler has to cover, then he's stuck in a situation where they're 3v3, but they're in a losing 3v3 boss side. So it's just a situation where he has to babysit them so that they can catch, and this is just the only way they can lose when they have both winning solo laners. So that was actually really bad by them. Actually, I wanted to say something about Teemo Jungle. It's so popular here in EU. They have this player called Charles who, like wrote some PowerPoint. Like, I play Teemo Jungle, play these support champions with it, blah, 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 blah. And then, apparently, he's pretty popular here because I saw Broxa got coaching from him. So that's why Teemo Jungle is so popular here. That's so interesting. It's not bad. It's really not that bad. Good objective control with those shrooms. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, they're forced to babysit bottom. So Teemo's like losing so much for this, and at the same time, their bot's still like that. Rakan's so slippery, so you can always bait people to use certain spells, and then you have 2 E's, and you also have a W, so 3 dashes. So Teemo's spending all this time babysitting just for their bot to die anyways. I mean, at that point their bot should just recall and take the L, and Teemo should play around the solo laners that are like solo killing our mid lane 4 times and top lane 3 times. It should be a GG for them. So here from base, right, since our wave is pulling, I have a time to look. I look top, top, he's gonna crash at base, right? Mid, it looked good out of base to run towards mid here, but dead before I got there, and he's gonna be dead for a while, so I'm just gonna catch this wave myself. And let's see, from here, when you see the situation where your team is losing so hard, I think it's time to accelerate bot lane. Like, say, okay, we need to quickly end the laning phase, and we need to get our bot lane to like rotate elsewhere, so that we can help the map. So here, we're desperately trying to get this turret. Field 6 knows, where are the strong members. Let's play for 3v3 bot side. It's the only place that we can win at. So yeah, this is all really good. And from here, I actually think we could have outplayed the Aatrox, and that would be huge because he has a shutdown. So here my E is on a 8-second cooldown. I think if Ezreal waited a bit for play this a bit slower for my E to come back up, then I think we actually could have gotten this. But because he E'd forward, he has no flash. If I let Aatrox walk at him, he's dead. And he's a big bounty. So I was planning on just sacrificing myself here, with the W, and then he run away. But instead, Aatrox ends up killing both of us, and that's really bad. That is really, really bad. Only one of us, actually none of us should have died there. Actually, we probably should have killed him, but so now because we died, now Yone has to come bottom to cover, so naturally we go mid to cover. But now we have our Ezreal versus their really fed LeBlanc, so this is going to be an issue. We actually lose to him, her 2v1. So now it's like a bit concerning, but see how we play this out. So yeah, I mean, she's just really strong. Even through my ulti, she's able to just kill the Ezreal, and we both die again. So now the game's looking really tough. But here, I think Fiddlesticks gets a good steal on Dragon. So it's in the game for a bit. That's so worth it, just to stall that Dragon stacking so we don't feel like we have to fight them for a while. We can look to give Dragons if we need to, and like take the time to catch up for our solos. So that was a really good steal. Alright, let's see what we do now. I think from here I'm thinking to myself, okay, let me think. I saw them go towards bot side, so I want to ward top side to try and trade that vision, because we can't contest them right now, especially LB is so fed. So Here I ward a base. I think I have locket now. Yeah, I do. So the locket will help a lot because our team is all squishy. I love to build locket with squishy teams because that base shield just gets more value versus like that small base shield on a tank, for example. It kind of gives everyone a little bit more tankiness. So because LB died bottom, I think we felt confident to look for a play top, but she has TP. So let's look how this fight goes actually. Yeah, so I charm their bot lane, but the reason why I use my W not on the bot lane but on Aatrox because Aatrox is actually the fed one here. 5 kills. Their bot lane is like potato, like 1-7. So that's why I want to CC, but unfortunately, you know, LB had TP, so she was able to ride first. And these are our two potatoes, Yone and Vladimir. So it's like, I was like pretty certain we would lose this, but like, you never want to like completely abandon your teammate, you know. If you can help without like dying, it's good. But yeah, we all die, so that's pretty bad. The quadra kill tonight. But it would look really weird if I didn't help them there, you know. Like even if I know it's losing, it's like we win and we lose as a team, you know. So if I don't help there, then I might save us like 400 gold, but then team morale down like 10,000 gold, then it's GG, you know. So I should at least try to help. So here I'm out of base. I know they're top side. Timo just got the herald. We see that on vision. So I want to go to bot side to trade vision here. Clear some wards, get some vision control back. Yeah, get to clear 2 pings. That's big, good. Okay, top dead. But for some reason they were also diving bottom, so like I guess we get 2 here, and then that means that we have their bot's dead, right? 2 accounted for. We see 2 top, so that means 100% Aatrox is alone. So just by counting numbers, we know this is a good time to fight. Yeah, any kind of pick right now is really helpful for us. Now Vladimir kind of catches back up into the game. And when our accounts are like this, right, where both teams' accounts are pretty squishy, whoever can get the first jump is so important. So we want to make sure we're setting up for objectives first. Wow, I almost died here. Wait, what happens? After we kill Aatrox, okay, maybe we can invade the Raptors, which is fine because we see Timo top, right? But I don't think we saw LeBlanc come in. Oh my, she's so fat. So lock it. I barely survived, and I think I have time to come back in, heal, and then I think we end up clutching here. So her CDs are up. Her W's coming up soon. But she probably has that maxed out now. Oh, just trying to run for her W. For the moment I see that she's feared, I know I can maybe look to come back in. Nice. I mean, with Rakana, CD is pretty long, especially W. You really want to make sure you hold that for the opportune moment in the fight. The moment you waste that, it's kind of, yeah, it'll be useless for a while. So that was really big because LB kind of threw her lead a bit by dying at really high levels, so her death timers were long as well. So here we see Rel top, so we're like, oh, well now we can just get the dragon. Like that's really troll, and we know LB no TP from earlier, so now's a good time to contest dragon. But because we're not in the position to start it right away, instead I'm looking for Aatrox because I see 1 top here, right, and then 2 mid. So the only person, I'm pretty sure we know where Timo is too. If I remember where I saw him. Oh, we saw Timo here, and then we see him hit this cone. So we know Timo's not around Aatrox right now. So he's completely alone. So, you know, sometimes you just come back into the game 1 pick at a time. Especially before Dragon. If we can make a pick before Dragon, then they'll feel forced to fight us 4v5. That's really good. Okay, so he actually lived. Okay, so that's really bad. So now we're thinking, okay, we already used 2 ultis, but we couldn't kill him. So now we're thinking, okay, we should probably retreat. So right now I'm thinking like, I really don't want to fight here. But then I don't know how, but Aatrox no ulti. LB was catching mid when they started this fight. And they didn't have any CC left for Fiddlestick's Drain, I guess, because 4-man Ezra ulti, 4-man or 3-man Vladimir ulti, and then Fiddlestick's full channel Drain. LB not even ready to join yet. When you're thinking about engaging, you want to make sure that your strongest member is in position to do damage, right? So that was a big mistake by them to engage at that timing. They should fight us, but LB should have been there in range to do damage before they chose to start the fight. So if I'm Rel there, I think I would not have chosen that time to fight, but it did look good for them initially. So now we have 3 dragons. They're sweating a little bit now. So here from base, I know I'm down tempo, so I need to be careful about base checking because their team died. And then so they're gonna be back on the map quicker than us. So I'm like very careful with what I'm base checking here. Sweeping this and still a little bit careful. I'm picking question mark that I think they're trapping here is my guess because this was a recently placed ward, right? And also if they weren't jumping me here, they're probably waiting for someone else. So I'm thinking like, oh, be careful in our jungle. I should be fine because I'm pretty mobile and I can always ulti. Oh, and they're there. That's fine. I knew that. Did I use W here? But why did I not use W here? Let me see. Oh, okay. So I don't use W there because I want to save it for LB. Does she have treads? Oh shit. You know what? I have no idea why I W. Maybe I was trying to save it to escape, but I think I should have just W'd LB. I think I was trying to save it to escape and then try to save Yone and get out. I don't know. Ends up working out. The main thing there is we want to get them low enough so they couldn't do Baron. Oh, Snipe famous for LeBlanc. He's kind of clean. The most important thing is we stopped them from doing Baron. That's good. Okay, so now... You know, EU is so cute, there's no macro. I just want to say, like, I'm trying to pretend like there's macro in this game, but there's really not. It's just a lot of fighting, a lot of hands checking, mechanics checking. You know, if there's numbers disadvantage, like, and you're pinging them to back, they're going to fight anyways. Just try to get the advantage you can elsewhere. That's why I learned. If people get angry you didn't show up, but you couldn't show up, just mute. That's what I do. I mean, right now I'm top 10 on the solo queue, so it's working. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, I keep getting my W interrupted. Okay, so let me go back. Why did we take this fight? Let me try to remember. Okay, so they engaged on field 6. So this is their fight. Oh, the reason why is because LeBlanc is not in position when they first started this fight. So we have a small window where we can fight it where she's not ready to fight yet. Overall, not too bad. See what I have for cooldowns. W. So W has a AoE knock up, right? It's very important where you choose to knock them up. Now let me explain what I mean. So here, W also moves you, so I want to make sure like I'm Wing but also trying to run away. So I try to W him at the tip here so that I can get away at the same time. Okay, now we're in kiting mode here. If we all die, they get Baron, so keep kiting. I have one more charge of E, right? No, maybe not. Or oh wow, I feel like I wouldn't have won if I didn't. Maybe I knew I had flash. Okay, E. One more charge. Remember, hold it, hold it, hold it. And then not bad. Finding out, and so we almost the Baron again. It's kind of fortunate. And we're just like, we're totally fine just trading kills until we can flip for the 4th dragon, the Dragon Soul, which is so favorable for us because they have to fight us. They cannot 50-50. Whereas we can just like, you know, we can take Baron, we could do so many different things. And especially like 1 minute or 45 seconds before the dragon, like just looking for a pick inside before the Drake is so good, because if we can get a 4v5 at the Drake, that'd be a really big deal. Okay, LB bottom we saw, so that's a really good time to just walk in, assert ourselves. Yeah, they just got baited. LB's not here. So it looks like we're scared that they're gonna use LB to focus at the Baron, so we're just going to play for Dragon. I think that's fine. Okay. Let's see here. So now LB's feeling a little bit desperate. She's like, oh, my team's running it. Like, now I gotta try to make some super play happen. But it's very important to keep a level head. Oop. And she did. She kept the level head. So Vladimir's now dead for this dragon. Let's see what tools are available to us. I still have ulti. How about wards? I don't have any more wards except for one pink, so right now we know LeBlanc has to reset. She was so low. So we know we have this one window where she's in base that we can kind of try to get back some control. At the very least, don't let them start it. But we know we don't have Vladimir for a while. I don't really like this start. I'm pretty sure we're just having fun here. We don't actually do it right. Oh. Okay, so LB's back now. So I don't even know why we did that, but oh, but Rel gets caught out here. It was really good for us to hold that angle. So Fiddlestick sat there because he knows that's the only place that's not warded. Because it's pinked. I think that's where I ended up putting my ping. So, I mean, we can't fight on right side because LB behind us. So, getting this pick is already nice. Because now we can force them to 4v5 us at the Baron. Okay, I played this game a while ago, so I'm gonna remember the details a bit here. Yeah, that's really good. Rakan is so annoying because like his charm into W is almost always guaranteed. So even for someone super mobile like LeBlanc, she always has to worry about going in. So now we get the Baron, and that's really good because with this gold that we get from the Baron, it's a lot easier for us to set up for next dragon. And also, you know, with these comps, we have a lot of split pushing presence. So that's really good. So now we just want to get vision on one side, and so we can pressure, our silencers can pressure. Their comp is wave clear is not very good, so if we ever siege them, they have to fight us. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So right now Ezreal's going top, and that's a bit weird. So we have to be careful that the moment he shows top, they're going to want to engage us mid. It's something we have to think about. They did not though. They could have. So now we see them crossing. We won't have Vladimir for this fight, so this is a 3v5 45. So ideally we'd kind of like bait them to come at us, but in reality like avoid the engage and let Vladimir push out here. So I think that's what we do. Yeah. And now after Vladimir pushes out, we can pressure top again like that. Ideally, we don't show in two places at once. Like we don't want to show on mid and top at the same time, which is what we did here. Why? Because that way they know we won't have whichever person at one of the fights, right? If they want to engage top, they know we don't have whoever is mid. So usually you want to catch one, hide, while the other person catches mid, and then hide, he hides, and then, you know, like that. And usually people don't play 3 lanes anymore. Because 3 lanes, if you're showing in 3 lanes, then they can choose anywhere to catch you, you know. Because everyone's so mobile, catch range is so high nowadays. You cannot do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember why I knew Rel was there. Oh, because she didn't show on this ward moving outside. I figured she's there. Oh, and the sweeper. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to like burn like a big team fight ulti to make a pick, especially in the late game, you know, because you'd rather have you up than down, but you only have basic spells and they have nobody, you know, versus like, you know, saving your ulti. We're a full character up on them. It's a big deal. Okay. Yeah, and I think we just like win one more fight and end. So Yeah, this is how we won against 22 kills Knights. We made their bot go 2 and 22. Actually, maybe more. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this casual commentary, and yeah, hope you guys liked it. Like, please comment and maybe I'll make some more. I've been playing with a lot of the World's Pros. I guess they're leaving soon because, you know, they're getting eliminated, but I played with like Reckless a lot. Okay, bye bye. Thank you for watching. Bye.